Hello everyone, my name is Jin Wei and I was born and raised in China, but I'm just back from Vietnam last week. I'm here to to share some stories with you about our trip to Vietnam. Our city and our community think I'm actually a good representative of the trip because I actually am a member of the organizing committee. So 15 months ago, we started the project. After one of our Earl lecture, the committee at that time, they came to the whole cohort and say, okay, now it's the time for us to decide where we want to go for this study trip. And then after some voting and some other time, we decided to go to Vietnam. Well, honestly, at that time, I was not impressed at all because, well, Vietnam, it's the country next to China, right? So it's almost the same. Why should I go there? Well, but yeah, it's a group thing, so why not? And then, and then after one semester, I stepped into the organizing committee. We call it a study trip committee, and now we call them awesome study trip committee. Over there, we had 7 members, and I am the only international one. But I'm so glad to say that the whole team was so supporting, and we are bonding so nicely. And everybody was really sticking to English language, and we will, of course, we met some difficulties, and we also came across some successes. So what we did was we shared the program, and we built up the whole thing. And what I want to tell you about the trip, besides the preparation, is I want to share 4 stories of 4 places we visited over there. Well, kind of like the other study trips, we went to sightseeing. Of course, we went sightseeing, and also went partying. And we visit a few companies, local ones and international ones. We also visit universities, and we also visit some orphanages. I will start my story with this orphanage. This is a HIV orphanage. So you can see the kids playing over there. They are all sick children. Well, everybody was a little worried beforehand before we went to this place. We were like, okay, they are HIV kids. How can we deal with them? But the second when we arrived, we don't see any HIV kids anymore. What we see, it's just children. The children who enjoy life, who love, who live, who try to communicate and play with us. And that's the moment we think it's time to take away all the prejudice you have in your mind. And this is the HIV village. And beside this HIV village, we also went to another orphanage. The orphanage is orphanage taking care of sick children as well. I think the symposium is called Waterhead, well, with a really big head. So, and the kids, I felt really sad over there because the kids were not able to live longer than 10. And that orphanage is also specially bonded to our community because we ran a community project called Barter for Better that we collected old clothes and then we sold them on the secondhand market, and then we collect the money and we donated the money to the orphanage. The day we arrived there, they were playing and they were kind of like putting on a show for the kids over there. And then we sung with them, and we toured around the orphanage, and we talked to the people who volunteered over there. That's the time you see love is boundless. And beside the 2 orphanages, we went to a company called Dobla. It's a manufacturer of high-class chocolate. Well, we didn't eat chocolate over there, so that's a pity. But what we had chocolate spirit liquor thingy. Well, it was actually quite nice. And that company is a Dutch company. We went there and we went through their factory places, and we saw the workers who were working there, and the workers were all local. And we were really inspired by the company because, Vietnam is a developing country. And, well, let's say, sorry, Rossi, but the condition of the country is not that good. People cannot really speak English. They are not really highly educated or even not really educated that much. and also the country also has some problem with this construction and also high corruption. But we can see there in Doppler that the company gives us hope. What they did, they encouraged their employees to learn English, and every time they pass one exam, they're going to reward them with raising their salary. And we are not talking about officers who sit in the office or white collars who work in the tall, nice, fancy buildings. We're talking about local employees who work with their hands in the factory. And that's what we call hope. And the last story I want to share with you is an interesting piece from Ernst Young. We went to Ernst Young and we had a presentation from one of the directors. And the director is, I think he is Australian. And he traveled around and he has so much experience in working in multinational and also different cultures. So he gave us really fresh view on how he perceived the country. And later after, another interesting after this presentation is we had some local food. Of course, we have local food. And we talked to local people from the office. You can really see how the people perceive the kind of international company in such a country. You can also see the difference of how we, people from outside the country, see the company work in this country. So what I want to summarize the study trip by saying this: going to a study trip is not always about meeting new people, learning new experience. Of course, you'll see so much, you'll experience so much more. But it's also about bonding, understanding, and forego your prejudice of whatever you had in mind of the new country. So that's a place that you can have your mind open by looking at people, experiencing things, and live a different life. Although it's only 10 days, and I think after all those, well, I talked about my doubts beforehand, but after the 10 days, I think I had a new perception, not only about the country, but also the program, but also myself. Thank you.